Hey, this is Rick Wallace, Rick's Gardening Guide. Today we're going to talk about crepe myrtles. I'm standing in front of a crepe myrtle that we've pruned over the years, and we're just going to talk a little bit about how to prune them, when to prune them, if you even really need to prune them. So on this crepe myrtle, you've seen probably from the nursery it was pruned here. And then as it's grown, after we installed it, we've been pruning here, and then several times up. What we like to do with crepe myrtles is each year prune it a little bit higher than the last. That way it will promote a really pretty architecture to that tree. We don't want to prune it in the same place and have a big knuckle. That big knuckle over time, if you prune it in the same place 2 or 3, 4 years in a row, it just gets to be a pretty ugly knuckle on that tree. And that's what we don't want. We want this tree to continue to grow up. We want to promote this nice architecture of this tree. It's symmetrical, you know. We've kept it symmetrical over the years where it's just it's a nice looking tree even in the winter. But you don't have to prune a crepe myrtle. Some of the prettiest crepe myrtles are in their natural tree form, where they just have a large head on, they've just been let go, they've been planted in the right place, and they have room to get big. Some of those are the prettiest. UGA did a study a couple years ago where they weighed the blooms off of 2 crepe myrtles, one that was pruned and one that wasn't pruned, and the weight of the blooms was almost identical. So they're not going to bloom more if you prune them, which is a common misconception. So don't think you're going to prune it and get more blooms. Not the case. So it really helps to plant the right crepe myrtle in the right place. So if you plant a Natchez crepe myrtle right up against your house, you're going to have a 30-foot tall crepe myrtle. Or you're gonna be fighting that crepe myrtle forever. The right thing to do would be to figure out how big of a space you can allow a crepe myrtle to grow. If you got 15 feet, 10 feet, and pick a crepe myrtle that has those mature growth characteristics to it. There's several out there. Muskogee, Dynamite, Tuscarora are varieties that stay relatively small. So picking the right crepe myrtle in the first place will limit your pruning. Some crepe myrtles, like a Natchez or some of these bigger growing varieties, can grow up to 5 feet a year. So they're prolific growers. It just really helps to have the right crepe myrtle in the first place, and that'll probably limit a lot of your pruning. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.